Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today I'm doing a full moon reading for us to really bring back together when we met in our new moon reading. So with the full moon, something that I really enjoy doing is reviewing the goals and intentions that we set during the new moon, and then we like to see exactly how far we got in those goals and how far maybe we didn't get. And because the full moon is more about celebrating your wins and releasing your losses and understanding exactly the journey that you were on during those past 2 weeks. And so with that, let's go ahead and dive into our Moonology cards. So first, for what we need to release or forgive, we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So typically a third quarter moon is when you're at that week between the new moon and full moon, when you start to see that your goals and intentions are not going quite as you thought they were, and instead you're being asked to adjust how you're achieving those goals and intentions that you set. And so since this is being what needs to be released and forgiven, is saying that you did make the adjustments that you needed to. This is letting you know that maybe the goal you chose was bigger than what you could accomplish during a 2-week time frame. I believe that was actually something that came up in the new moon. And then the other thing to keep in mind with this too is the fact that sometimes what you are doing is maybe you're adjusting a goal so much that just isn't meant to be. And so it's time to truly let go of that goal and forgive the situation for you not being able to, I apologize, the word coming through is overcome. And so this is inviting us to look in it in a new light, into a way that we're able to release the situation. So instead of fretting away and wondering how you can change maybe yourself or the situation to fit, it's now time to release that situation, to release that goal, because you've done all that you could in order to adjust it. Maybe it's simply a time, maybe there's other people influencing the energy, but really just tune into that intuition, into your soul, and understand that you've done all that you can and enjoy the rest that you deserve tonight. And so over the next couple weeks, that's going to be something that you're releasing, is essentially your hopes and desires related to that situation, that person, or that intention that you set. And so what is this full moon illuminating for us? And so we have nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. So especially coming off of what we were just talking about, this is letting us know that this is not the end of the story. This is not the end of the road. So maybe that's just something you're putting a pin in for now. Maybe it's just something that isn't meant for you in this moment. And just simply understanding that going into these next 2 weeks, another message that is coming through, especially going into these next 2 weeks, is maybe you are using the moon energy to your benefit to really support your goals. So if maybe you didn't reach the maximum that you were looking for with that goal or intention, situation with that person, whatever it may be, that was during the 2 weeks of gaining period. And now you're going into the waning period where it is meant to be releasing. So if you tried to gain during this time, it is a little bit like moving up, trying to swim upstream kind of situation. And so instead it's asking you to go with the flow of the universe. Just put a pin in that energy and revisit it during the next new moon. The other thing too is, as you release this energy, something that's coming through is that you will receive new inspirations and ideas. That's part of the release, is that you let go of everything that didn't serve you to make more room for the good, for the new, to inspire you and make way, so that when you come back into this new moon, back into the next new moon period, you may actually be able to revisit this goal. You may set it again, but you may have different actionable steps that you're taking in order to reach it, because you're coming forward with new ideas. So definitely take this for however it resonates for you right now. And then what is next for us? Okay, expect powerful change, new moon and eclipse. So a big message actually coming through in regards to this is, it is important for you to release what no longer serves you so that you can make room for those new adjustments. So again, it seems like this is in regards to a very big project, a very big energy that you're trying to take on, a new situation, maybe a new way of living life is the main message coming through. And so with that, you have to release what you've been doing in the past, how you viewed things in the past. And those changes are difficult to do. It's difficult to change because you have to want the change more than the current comfort. And so over these next 2 weeks, this is letting you know that you can encourage yourself to just simply receive with the energy. You are going, I know that's a little bit different from what we were just saying, but it's more about going with the flow of the energy, because you're going to be in a receiving state. So you're just ebbing and flowing with this, much like the ocean. That is the image coming through. Much like the ocean and its tides, it goes in and out, but it still takes things out to ocean. It doesn't always just wash back up on shore constantly. So just understand where you're at in the journey. It seems like we're all at this very new beginning. So do not give up. Do not give up on yourself is the main message coming through. With that, let's go ahead and take a look. We have some additional oracle cards with us. So we have our spirit friends for external energies around us. And so we do have power coming through. Call upon the elements, focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. So again, a reminder that everything that you need is currently within you, and you are going through this very powerful shift. So don't give up hope. Don't start shaming yourself for not being able to accomplish the goals, or maybe if you thought they were really realistic. This is encouraging you to take more time, because you're building up a foundation. And sometimes when you're building up the foundation, you have to clear away the parts that no longer are there. When you're tearing, if you're like working on a condemned house, you don't try and salvage the walls, you tear them down in order to build up something new. So that's really what's happening. And maybe you tried to build up something and then it didn't work out exactly. So maybe you are tearing down something that you built up, but it's only so that you can build it up greater and better than before. All of this energy is within you. The other main external energy that is happening around you is the elements. So make sure you're getting out into nature. Make sure that you're just simply, if you do work with the element spirits themselves, definitely invite them into your meditation space, into your sacred space. Set out offerings for them as you will. Just find ways to interact with nature as much as you can. If you are stuck in maybe a very like urban area, I encourage you to buy flowers and maybe just eat more fresh fruit in your diet. That's another very simple thing to do, is just eat more fresh fruits and veggies. There, I think, a lot of ways that you can find access to those so that you can really bring in different energies into your life. The other thing too, another simple way, is candles. So magical. Also, maybe washing your face more often, or just drinking more water, and opening up your window. I know for some of us it's getting colder, for some of us it's still very hot, so definitely take it however it resonates. Maybe you're just turning on the fan and making sure you sit underneath it for a little bit. So whatever you need to really associate yourself with the different elements, this is going to be for you. Because the other thing too to understand is that when you're connecting with all four elements is when you are able to support that fifth very important element of spirit, and that spirit element is always within you. Okay? So a lot of powerful messages in regards to that. So just make sure that whatever you're doing, especially if you're trying to release anything, there are, let's go over the ways that you can release using the elements. So you can write down what you need to release on paper, and you can literally, I'm trying to say all four at once, and all of them want to be said first. So let's go with wind. So you can literally throw it into the wind. If it's not a windy day, maybe just ask for a little bit of wind. Maybe you'll be shocked by how it goes. Or just simply throw it over-handed and create the wind yourself. And wherever it lands, it lands. So maybe go up and hike on to a taller place. I was going to say a mountain, but so for some of you, it might be meaning about city. And again, it's a way to create wind, because when you're in a higher space, wind is more likely to be able to reach you. And then you can always burn the paper too to associate fire. You can actually bury the paper too into your garden, especially. And then another thing coming through with that is you can put it into your garden, and that can help the new soil, right? Because a lot of times paper is compostable. And so that is just a better way to see how your intentions, how you're really going to be releasing that to earth in order to bring new life into the situation. And then water, you can definitely, I'm pretty sure we've actually done it on this channel before, where you can go ahead and dissolve the paper in water. You can even write it on more easily dissolved paper, like toilet paper. No one's going to say anything. Do what you need. Magic is here for you to support your intentions in your life, right? And so those are just some simple ways that you can really coordinate it, setting your intentions and releasing them. I'll go ahead and see about linking that video for you. Okay, and so what other energy is coming to this? Okay, so right after power, we have strength. You have courage. You can endure, find your center, and spiral into your power. Okay, So very big emphasis on you during this full moon right now. And so the other thing to understand, because it takes courage to change, it takes courage in order to release what no longer serves you, especially if it is a situation or a person, especially if maybe you're moving places, changing jobs, if you're unsure at any point. That's why this message is coming out, because it's letting you know that you can endure. Just simply find your center and listen to that heart inside of you, okay? And so that's why we're getting all of these beautiful energies coming out for you. So definitely a lot of strength coming through for you during these 2 weeks. Again, 2 weeks. They go by so fast, you would be shocked. So maybe create a little daily routine for you every day to help you feel like you're doing something, even if the thing that you're doing is releasing, right? Maybe you're literally cleaning your space and moving things out. That can take up a lot of time if you're reorganizing. Okay, and then next we have faith. Believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. Okay, just echoing everything we've been saying. So also, we are always eclectic on this channel. So however you identify with faith, if you aren't so associated with Mother Nature, with the elements itself, then maybe connect with your angels, with your spirit guides, with the Holy Spirit. However you need to connect to that energy, just understand that you are not alone during this process. Even more, the less that you do during these next 2 weeks, the more that Spirit is going to be able to clear out that energy for you. That's why you're getting this big message to go with the flow, to go with the energy, because this is all working out for your greatest good. You are ascending. That has come up multiple times in the past couple of weeks. So definitely hold on to the power and strength that you have within yourself, because it is transforming into something greater, something more tangible within your life. All right, and now we do have a dream card. We only had one come out. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The only time to start creating the thing that is meaningful for you is now. All right, so a big message actually coming through with this is more about reflection over the next 2 weeks. So what were the goals that you set? Why did you set them? What were you getting out of them that was going to be supportive to your goals and dreams that you really want to accomplish? And did your steps truly help getting to those goals and dreams in the greater scheme of things? And so just understanding that right now you maybe were waiting for a certain moment to manifest itself when and that's why you found yourself now back in the waiting period. And so during that next new moon, that's why these new ideas are going to come forward, because you're going to gain more power and strength and courage. I was just going to say courage, and then I was reminded of our earlier cards. But you're going to gain more courage in understanding how you can take this next step, and how you can maybe take baby steps until you're able to climb over that mountain that you seem to have placed before you. Okay? And then next, like I said, we are always eclectic on here, and so we actually have some blessing cards that do have Bible verses. So I'm trying these out so far. They have been actually very on point with everything that we are talking about. So they are dual-sided, and so for our first one, we do have, if it will focus, isn't that always what happens here? All right, let your light shine, Matthew 5:16. And then we have love one another as I have loved you, John 13:34. And so this is a reminder to bring love into the situation, especially if you are moving away from someone. Maybe that's why it's so difficult. I will say the let your light shine is the main message that is coming out for us today with this. And so again, it's all about that internal energy. And so as you're working with that internal energy, you may attract negative forces, negative energies around you. So instead, simply practice love for yourself and for others, even if you aren't receiving it. I'm not saying that you have to give to those people, but simply don't hold hate or anger inside of your soul. Maybe that's something for you to release over these next 2 weeks, so that you can better incorporate the love and light that you naturally have in your person, okay? And then next, all right, over all these virtues, put on love. Colossians 3:14. Okay, so right there, this is the main part that came out too. Right there is letting us know that this is for you to put on more love onto your soul. So if you have not been loving yourself especially, it is time to start doing that. Start saying it to yourself in the mirror, even if it feels silly, because one day you'll start saying it because it is just the simple truth. And then on the other side, we do have act justly, love mercy, walk humbly, Micah 6:8. And so with this energy, it is just a simple reminder about how you can be in the flow of letting go and how you can still maintain the strength and courage that you are needed to. Okay? All right. So just a quick little reading today in regards to our full moon. I hope this really inspired and encouraged you to be able to release those situations that are no longer serving you and recognize the fact that you are moving into something greater for yourself. So over these next 2 weeks, I invite you to just simply be. With that, I want to thank everyone for liking and subscribing. Please do not forget to comment below. Let us know what you're going through, gain some support from a like-minded community, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Blessed be.